This is the full moon of the Bigfoot Sasquatch. It comes out in the extremely late fall, nearly early winter time of the year, when temperatures are well below freezing. When it appears, it represents an opportunity. To capitalize on that opportunity, there's only one thing we can do with the full moon of Bigfoot Sasquatch. We must follow it. Hey guys, it's actually a couple of hours after I began filming. When we did that first little clip there, and I showed you the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch full moon, it was about 6:40 a.m. and it was about 18 degrees. I followed that moon until just about out of sight. I followed it up the mountain behind my homestead, down the other side, and it took me a different angle, a different way than we've ever been before. So we're in new territory here. And yeah, if you're catching that back there, I want you to look at that. And that's not the only one that's out here. There's 3 or 4 of them. Here we are. Same one, different angle. I moved a little closer so you can see that, yes, it is very distinctly a big pile of rock, some sort of rock formation. There's 3 or 4 back here. Now we are still in very close proximity to the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch lair. It's like it takes up the entire mountaintop. And every time we go down at a different angle, we find slightly different mysteries. Yesterday it was the tail end of a gray squirrel's tail hidden with some what looked like very intentionally placed firewood up underneath a giant boulder. Today it's, guys, I'm going to go out there and say what appears to be unmarked graves. Now, of what or of who, the possibilities are nearly endless. I mean, this land, it's been known that human beings have been living in this region for 14,000 years, okay? We know there were a lot of Native American Indian civilizations living here. There were a lot of those warring tribes. A lot of those battles took place here. We are in Civil War hotspot territory. We are where people used to be enslaved. Very unfortunate. We know that a lot of times when enslaved people passed on when they were buried, they didn't receive markers. Now, the Native American Indian folks, to my understanding, a lot of times rocks weren't piled, so this kind of narrows it down here too. I think maybe an enslaved person on former plantation land. Again, there's 3 or 4 of them. Could have been Revolutionary War soldiers, Civil War soldiers. They were often buried in shallow graves, rocks placed on top of them, and then people would hope to return for them, but they didn't always. Then again, it could be him, her, it, or they. I have no clue. So, but anyway, I've been following that potential Bigfoot Sasquatch moon down the hill. It's disappeared just below me here. I was probably just hearing things that aren't there, as I've been accused of doing, but I was led slightly off of the track I was following because I thought I heard laughter. Like last time, not last time, but a couple times ago we were up here. It sounded like women's voices and laughter. I heard that again, came over here, and I found a series of rock piles that, could be anything. But let's go down here to where I believe that potential Bigfoot Sasquatch moon may be. Well, guys, as you can see behind me here, and I've come to where it appears as if the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch moon last went, and there's a sizable body of water behind me here. And I want you to get my 6 while we talk for a minute, because potentially he, she, it, or they is peering out at us from behind bushes and trees and whatnot back there. So alas, it appears as if the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch moon went into hiding for the day. It appears as if, while laughter from someone that may or may not have been there lured us away from the hot trail we were on to entertain us with rock piles which may or may not be unmarked graves for just a few minutes, it gave the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch moon time to obviously hide beneath the surface of this body of water. Does this moon not think that whoa, what is that? Okay, keep your eyes on that. I think there's two of them. Anyway, guys, we have been led to something. These high definition videos we're doing now, just in the last week or so, has led us to something, and it's called the truth. The truth that you can't confuse people with facts when their minds are already made up. This is something I've known for a long time. This is something I learned years ago. And I've never tried to convince anybody of anything. I've said it before in my videos. If I could contribute to society as a whole, in what way would that be? I would like to see people to begin thinking for themselves. Don't think the way I think. Just think for yourself. Don't think the way some mainstream media outlet wants you to think, a political party, any sort of groups. Think the way you think. I hear something running. I'm hoping it's like a known mammal, such as a gray squirrel or a deer. But anyway, I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? And I've shared this story before. It's probably been a year. I used to do these things where I would philosophize. I don't like to do that anymore because I'm too busy out here looking for what may or may not be out here in the woods behind my house. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because with this high definition stuff, here's what's going on. Before, all the non-believers would come on and say, oh, that was obviously a leaf back there. And it looks like something it's not because you record and upload in 360p. Oh, wow, how convenient for you to do these Bigfoot Sasquatch videos in 360p, so everything blurry that moves, even if it's a stick or a brush pile, it looks like a Bigfoot Sasquatch. Well, we're doing 1080 high definition now. So you know what these folks are saying now? Saying, wow, that's so obviously your buddy up there by the opening of that cave in all black clothing or in some sort of suit, and he knows that when you move the camera up there to duck behind the tree beside the cave opening. Here's another one. Wow, how many people do you have on your crew? 20, 30? Yeah, you're doing high definition now, but it's obvious there are people back there dressed up in suits hiding behind trees. Well done. So their minds are already made up. Listen, I have never claimed anything back here is anything that it's not or that it is. I let the folks decide. Now, story time. It all reminds me of a story about an old man, an old woman, and a donkey. They were going to market. And you know what? We better check out over here on this side too. So this old man, this old woman is taking their donkey down off the mountain. They're going to market. And they pass through a village, and there's some people sitting there by the road, and they say, oh, look at those fools, look at those idiots. Perfectly healthy donkey, and this old couple is walking all the way to the market. They could be riding that donkey. How stupid are they? So the old man, the old woman, they look at each other, and they say, well, why don't we ride the donkey? So I'm going to make sure to get several different angles, because as we know, he, she, it, or they has had tendencies to sneak up from other locations. So just keep watching. So they get on the donkey, they keep riding the market, and they come across some more villagers, and they say, wow, look at that. Look at how selfish those people are. 2 of them on the backs of one poor animal. That's animal cruelty. How inhumane could anybody be? So they get off, and the man says, you know what, here, you ride the donkey, I'll lead it. You get up here on the donkey, and we're going to go to market. So they're going down the road, man's leading the donkey, wife's riding the donkey, and they come across some more villagers, and one of them says, wow, look at that. He's being very chivalrous, and he's being a gentleman, but it's obvious that his wife there is considerably younger and more healthy than him. She's really taking advantage of him, even though, you know, she's a female and he's a male. She should let him ride that donkey. So they change positions. The woman gets off the donkey. The man climbs up on the donkey. She leads the donkey. They come across some more villagers and they say, wow, look at him. What a male chauvinist pig. What a sexist. What a misogynist. You know, he married this younger woman and he just makes her do all the work for him. He rides the donkey and makes her walk. What a pig. So the moral of the story is, you're never going to please all the people all the time. You're probably not going to please any of them most of the time. That's just, and everybody has their views. Everybody has their opinions. What's important is that you live the life you want to live, as long as you're not hurting other people. You know, you and your family are on board. You're doing the things you want to do. You know, people say I'm crazy because I left a job that made me miserable here about a year and a half ago to just kind of pursue this whole social media thing. Guess what? It's worked out. And it's not because, I mean, you're watching this video, you can tell I'm not very good at this, but I love doing it. I'm passionate about it. And if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. There's a difference between working to live and living to work. Our needs are met from this work, and it enables us to live. That daggone potential Bigfoot Sasquatch moon. Look at this. Look at this distinct difference in lighting from here to here. We know where it is. We'll wait. I got time. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the PBS. The Potential Bigfoot Sasquatch Show. In high definition. Look at those pores that need cleansed.